a lot of people don't understand that there's energy in stones, and if they've never had the opportunity to become aware of it, why should they? A lot of people have an open mind, but still, you have to find out some way, somehow, somewhere, if it's true, but you have to experience it for yourself. Now, stone itself is part of a planet, whether it's this planet or like Moldavite, that was from another planet, or what they call peacock ore is a rough piece of it. Peacock ore came from an asteroid that came here a long time ago. And as it rusts, it has all these different, pretty colors in it. Then a rough gray, a lot. We call this bornite, chalcopyrite. It's also called peacock ore. It has the energy within it that's that of unicorn. So we call it unicornite, among the other names. It's the only stone there is that will actually fight negativity. If you have two pieces of this, one on each side of a door, or one on your desk, and someone's in the middle of the desk at work, and someone comes to sit near the desk or in a small table, coffee table somewhere, they're not going to like the stone. They're going to get away from it. You'll see them react to it. A lot of my I don't want to say clients. That's cold. Friends that I've met having consultations. Some of them, most of them are just us normal everyday people as far as financing goes. Some of them had very little, next to nothing. Of course, they never paid for the consult. I mean, 99% of the time they didn't pay for it. It just happened magically, right? So people might think I'm about money. I'm not. And the money went right to the spiritual foundation, and we've spent thousands of dollars saving animals, helping people. Deanna and I were at a place down the road called the Crossings, and a lady was in there that working, and she helps helpless people. She was talking about it, and I thought, she was a waitress. She came by, I looked at her, and I felt her, and I said, that's kind of neat. You have a lot of heart energy, and I said, you really do help people, and you really are going after work to help some people. He goes, yeah. She said, yeah, the ones under the certain bridge. So we're trying to get money for water and stuff for them. So I pulled $200 bills out of my wallet and gave it to her. I mean, the first 800 crank-ups I did, I wouldn't take a penny for. And then finances turned out to be different. I had to save my house, yada, yada, yada. So I had to start charging. But I always gave people much more than what, than what was actually listed on the website. If you go to the spiritualfoundation.com, you'll see, and then you go to DNAICUC, you'll see some information on it. Anyway, stone energy is not going to light up a light bulb. People have energy. We have energy going through us. Animals do. If you hook up an EKG or EEG or quantitative electroencephalogram QEEG to a person, you're going to see that little signal. That's real. It's energy. It's an electromagnetic current. It's one of the 5 minimum necessary energy fields to create sentient energy or spirit. Get this thing out of here. Anyway, it's necessary. You have to have it. So now stones, as a matter of fact, there's scientists that have talked about how They can, like this, the Institute of Heart Math or something, you can probably access information through them where they can actually read the magnetic pulse, the electromagnetic pulse of the planet. This planet has sentient spirit within it, inside it. Most of us call her Gaia. Okay, that's Gaia. There's in the very beginning there was Source, and then there were the different fields of essence, and then after that, all the 5 different waves of souls were released, and they were huge. The amount of souls, or it is almost everything is soul. Almost everything is soul. There's some. The essence is not much of, and Source is very little of in comparison. And none of them are any better than the other. I mean, it's, to me, well, it's just nonsense to think like that. Anyway, Source is stronger. It has all the fields of essence and more in it. But souls have had so many lives. They're really strong. And they've developed, in a rather unique manner, more of a specific frequency than a group of them. Those people that are soul with a really good heart, beautiful heart energy, pineal, strong seers, etc., etc., goes on and on. There's 3 books I wrote about they're called the Creation Series. You can get it on Amazon.com right now. After I'm gone, we have someone else that'll, after I get out of this body, someone else is going to take care of all the publishing and stuff. We're getting away from Amazon, and Kindle is part of Amazon. This Jeff Bezos guy, I don't care about him at all. Nasty. Anyway, there's something that's about to happen with all that stuff. I don't bother talking about it too much. It's not worth it. It doesn't, it'll get enough of my attention later. Anyway, back to the topic here. So anyway, you can get the 3 books there, the Creation Series. I don't have one right here. Book 1, book 2, book 3. Book 1 is about how everything started. It's got the different fields of energy in it. Well, one of the main fields of essence, and the largest, was universal essence. And the male always goes into the stars. The female goes into the planets, and sometimes the female spirit was broken up into a few different parts, where the 1 star is a male, or 2 stars in that section are the male, and then the planets, whatever planets are meant to have life, then they have the female parts of them. So anyway, so there is a living being inside, and the electromagnetic energy is inside the planet. Now the planet is like her body. Okay, that's it. Like we have these flesh bodies. She has stone, water, everything else is all part of her. This stone here, we call it Almite. It's got malachite, it's got lapis, and it's got azurite. Okay, beautiful stone, strong energy, really good stuff. Those are very strong stones for seeing. Anyway, with the pineal and more, it has the energy from Gaia, but it does not have any of the spirit of Gaia. It's like these bodies. When we leave these bodies, there's no spirit in it. The spirit comes out and leaves the body. The body's only the vehicle. Okay? The planet breaks up. It doesn't matter. The spirit's still there, and the spirit is outside of the material body, okay, the planet, but it's still, attached to it as far as putting energy in and out of it. The first way to understand for yourself, any understanding you have is what you develop yourself, okay? The first understanding as far as energy, anything I'm telling you, well, I told you there's something going on with the electromagnetic pulses that register on a graph that computerized systems can read. Well, you say that comes from the heart. Well, where's the heart? Okay, in the middle of your chest. Where does it get its energy? Is there an extension cord, a battery? Well, there's no extension cord. Is it magic? No such thing as magic. There's things we need to learn, things we need to understand, but there's no magic. It just seems like it. So, what about the brain? It could be putting impulses everywhere, sending them all through the body, which kind of does. But where's its electrical cord? Where's its battery? You, the spirit, who you really are, ascension energy that goes into the body, and then your ascension energy inside your body, your spirit, who you really are, comes out through the body, goes in and out of the brain, and everybody's a little different. That changes part of your character of yourself as spirit that's in a body. And when your body dies, you come out, that part of you comes out with the body and it becomes part of you. That's how we grow, having lives. Okay? Planets, they have energy too. Okay? So now you cannot hook up a electronic encephalogram to the stone and read the pulse. But in the planet you can. But the thing is, there's frequencies that each stone puts out. Okay, they're very minor. ETs, they can read it. Okay, our stuff, no. If anybody were to take the time to really make a study on it, they'll find it. But it's, right now, to me, it's not that important. If you take a stone and hold it like this with the fingertips, energy in your body goes in and out the fingertips, and the palm. Okay, same with these fingertips and palm. People say receive with the left, give with the right. Look, let me tell you something. It goes in and out of both hands. Okay, this left hand is closest to the heart, and the heart is where we develop feelings. It's an extremely powerful sensory organ for frequencies. The heart puts out more different colors, which means more different energy frequencies that have different auras, which is the colors we see, than any other part of your body. Now, in the brain, we have the pineal located. That's a power source. Then we have the heart, another power source, and then we have the solar plexus, which is a gut feeling and knowing. Pineal is seeing, heart is feeling. All kinds of colors and frequencies with their corresponding auras coming out of the heart. If you take your fingertips and hold a stone like this, fingers up, just hold it and relax. You got to put your elbows down on something. You can't be, holding something up and stressing. Okay, once you're used to it, fine. Doesn't matter, do what you want. I always relax and then just put it up on this table. Just relax and feel it. I feel it goes through the arms, okay, both of them. Goes in and out of the fingers, through the arms, and then into the core. The core going from the top of the head to the feet, above the top and just below the feet. And goes in and up and down and flows through itself. That's, the core of your energy, your spirit core. And then also the controlling part of it is what the strongest part of who you are is actually in the brain, floats around the brain. So, if you do that, over time you can start feeling it. There's ways to talk to it. If you get it might be in book 2, but it's definitely in book 3 of the Creation series. They were very expensive, and we cut them down a good bit. Not very expensive for the information in them, but for people to buy that don't have money. I understand not having money. Money comes in, all my life, money come in, it go right back out. Saving animals, taking care of them. I've spent thousands of dollars in a month just taking care of animals I've saved. Anyway, so heart's a pain. So anyway, so feeling a stone, that takes time. You have to relax. You have to allow it. Just as you hold a stone in your own heart, in your head, want to feel the energy. Want to feel it. You don't make it up, but make up your mind. You want to feel any energy that's in a stone. If you hold up a stone and say, I don't feel the energy, well, you're not going to feel it. Okay? And some people are more sensitive than others. That doesn't mean anything, good or bad. It just means they're more sensitive, the more aware of it. The more you awaken your metaphysical abilities, the more they awaken, the stronger you get, the more you can, the more easily and more intensely and more delicately you can feel the different engines, the different energies. When I say delicate, I'm talking about feeling the softer, subtle frequencies. You can feel it better. I'm having a real hard time here getting this done. Talking's always been hard because of all the stuff I've been doing this life, my last one ever in a body. Anyway, and now that this body's finally going, it's rougher. So that being said, there's stones that are high vibration. This is Danburite. Nice crystal. Just relax, hold it. Relax. I feel it right in the head. It goes through the hands, arms, to the core, goes in the core, and then goes right up to the head. And I can feel it, very high vibration in the middle of my head. It's in the hypothalamus, lower crown, middle crown, and definitely shooting up high in the upper crown. A stone that's really good with that is Selenite. Now this is a big, similar. It's strong, but it's a high frequency, but it's a lower frequency than Danburite. Danburite's one of the highest you're going to get. This is Selenite, but this is orange-looking Selenite. Most people call it red. Whatever, it's orange in color to me. If you don't need a big piece like this, just a small piece like this is plenty. Hold it and feel it. And when you go to do this, and after you hold the stone, just take a nice full breath and relax. Let it go. Take a slow, deeper breath and let go. Just relax. Now I feel it in me. Usually it goes way up here, but now I'm feeling it from here down into my heart. That has to do with the orange color. Most of it's white. I should have a piece on me. I don't. And Madagascar is a good place to get high quality selenite. There's some good stuff coming out of Mexico too now. Anyway, all right, that's feeling stones. That takes time. Give it time. Okay. Okay, now, I said your body has it, okay, and you can read it on the graph. Your body is your energies in your spirit core, and in your head, but it goes all through your body, and then it comes out, remember, going in and out of your hands. Well, if you take your hands and imagine if you can see my hands continually going all the way out to they're fully stretched, and then you slowly, just barely come in, just relax. Take a nice 2, 3, 4, Full but relaxed breaths. Don't try to suck the clouds in. And then aim your palms and fingers towards your head, okay? And just slowly come in. You got to go slow to where you're barely moving. And then all of a sudden you feel a little spot. You feel a little pressure in your fingertips, a little tingling, a little warmth. You can sometimes you actually see it in your head. You'll feel your own energy. Every time I do a DNA ICUC, I didn't do it in the very beginning, but I started doing it later. And then continually did it. I'd help people find their own energy. I look at you, I can see it. So I'd help people, and then they start moving, and you can see them stop, and it's like, okay, I think I feel something here. If they can't feel it, then I'll intercede, and I'll say, okay, excuse me, I'll say, okay, now go back a little bit. Now, bring a little forward. Okay, what do you feel right there? And they can explain it. Then I'll tell them a little farther away, and I'll push them outside of the zone where it's not. And then I ask them, what do you feel? And then they'll say, I can't feel anything. Well, of course they can't. I'm looking at them. Their hands aren't in the zone yet. They're not. It's like a shell, a barrier that's around you. It's an energy barrier. So that way, I know if they're honest, being honest or whatever, or if they just want to go along. No one's ever just want to go along. It's never happened. And people paying money for this, they want to know what's going on. But I teach them how to feel their energy, and they feel it for themselves. That gives you your truth, real truth, because it's yours. You've experienced it for yourself. And then I crank them up, and after one stage and another, they're this energy shell. They could feel energy here, but they didn't feel a hard shell until they got much farther out. And then it got to the point where when I finished cranking them up, they were like, Jay, I feel energy everywhere, but I don't feel that wall, that barrier. And I said, take your hands, turn them around, relax, extend your arms out. Don't lock your elbows, but just relax. Nice full breath. Nice, deep breath. Relax and stick your arms out pretty much, and just extend your energy out of your hands going out. And then they said, now I can feel it. Well, that's because they're feeling their energy about 10 to 20 foot away on each side, not diameter, radius. That way, people know that they're real, their energy and everything else. They know what I've been telling them is real, and then they know that not only did they feel me in their head, but they felt the what happened with their energy moving around. That's why people, wouldn't give me a hard time about a crank up, because it's real. I'm real. You're real. Biggest thing there is you're real. So the more you relax with it, stone energy, the more you'll understand. This piece right here. If you get book number 3, there's a ton of information in there about different stones, the energy they have, their basic function. This is some lapis lazuli, a lot of it. And that stone, those little plates, is very high quality aquamarine. Okay? It's a step under gem, but it's so beautiful. If it was more translucent, it'd be gem, but it's translucent. If you look at it, put light in it, it just goes right through it. But it's triple A grade aquamarine or better, depending on where you get it. So anyway, that really works on it. The aquamarine really works on your brain, on the whole brain. Your vision, everything, pumping it up, making it stronger. And the lapis really works on the pineal gland. Also, lapis helps you talk. And I have a real hard time talking now, so that's why I'm wearing it. Also, this is some citrine that we just gotten. You look at it like this, it's like, well, it's yellow, and you put it together like this, and then you can see more of the yellowish color. Now, citrine is good for focus. It's good for cleaning stuff out of your brain or your body. This is one of the new necklaces that Deanna has. It's we call it the Dragon Energy Necklace Dragon. This has got the Dragonstone Jasper, and literally, this Unicornite has unicorn. Has what did I do with it? Here it is. Unicornite has unicorn energy in it. There's no little fluffy pretty horses going around, okay? But there is a being, a form of spirit energy that is unicorn, just like this one dragon. And for here on the earth, that's basically the shape they used to take. And they still exist, but not in physical body, in energy bodies. Did they used to be running around? Yes. People would see them, but usually when they came out of the Fey dimensions. Anyway, so Dragonstone Jasper has dragon energy in it. This is a nice piece of Dragonstone Jasper that Deanna got me. If I can point that properly to you. Very nice. So this is Dragonstone Jasper, and it's also citrine. Now it doesn't look it. If you look at these two citrines, this looks like it's barely got any citrine in it, and this is strong. It came from these. We got a whole bunch of these. Deanna bought a ton of it, but not a full ton. But she bought a lot. We bought out the person that had it. But it's very strong citrine. Citrine is very expensive. It's not cheap. Dragonstone Jasper. It's expensive. It's not cheap. Now dragons, this little piece of, she's got these little dragon heads in there, and then she's got a piece of lapis in the in between the two of them. She used to make the necklaces with fish line. That's what I always used to. She made this one. Wait a minute, I made that one for her. Yeah, I made that one for her. We have a bunch of them all over the place. I've been making them for years. The thing with a necklace is, you want them. They have to stay together, but it cannot be used as a choking device, especially when children or a dog might want to grab it. We had one gentleman that broke the necklace twice, and Deanna was nice enough to fix it for him twice and said, "Look, this is over." One time he put it on. He admitted it. One time he put it on his dog. The dog tore it up. It's like, anyway. So what Deanna's done now, she buys this stainless steel. It's like, I don't know exactly. It's about 45 strands. It's thin stainless steel, but it's like 45 strands of it. In one, it's 45 strands twisted into one cord, and she makes it out of that. You want to be careful with any necklace. I used to sleep with them all the time. I'm trying to finish getting out of this body, so I don't wear any star Essenite or anything on me. Anyway, that's the Dragonstone Jasper. What that does is reach out. It reaches out, the energy field reaches out and pulls in your own energy field that's going out of your body. It pulls it in. Okay, and then the citrine that's in there in between, the citrine, focuses and cleans, but focuses. So the Dragonstone Jasper pulls your energy in, making you stronger, because it's condensing it, and then the citrine makes it focus and get even stronger. Now, there's also Black Panther energy. It's black onyx, a little piece of lapis in the middle there, but it's all black onyx with citrine, the exact same citrine that's in here, same exact stuff. Came from that same thing. She made them this morning, kind of quick. Usually she has a little label that goes in there, but she didn't have the time to put that in there. These particular ones anyway be for family. So anyway, black onyx, what it does is it takes your energy that you already have and condenses it. It's like taking a muscle and flexing it. Okay, it's not pulling energy in and trying to compress it or condense it. It's literally to condense it, but it's compressing that energy, just like a muscle. When you fire up your muscles, boom, that's what it does. So, and then what we have here is literally what's called black dragon energy. It's the strongest. If you put a piece of star Essenite, a piece or two in your pockets, or add some to the stone, you can just put it in your pockets. It works great. You can also add it to a necklace, I guess. I don't know exactly what Deanna's not doing too much right now. She's doing spheres, and she's also doing these necklaces. She started to do that now, but that's it. We have hundreds of stones. I should say Deanna has hundreds of stones that aren't even. There's no pictures. There's no nothing. Well, that she's got to redo the whole website, but. As soon as I finish getting out of here, she's going to redo the website and add stuff on there. Well, I mean, after she takes a break, she's going to be gone for a couple of months probably. I don't mean, lost. I mean, just she's going to be out of the public eye. She's going to close the shop for a couple of months or 3 months, whatever she wants to do. That's what I should have said, I guess. Anyway, so the Dragonstone Jasper reaches out and grabs the energy and pulls it in. And then Citrine helps clean it and focus it, which makes it even stronger. Black Onyx takes all of that and just really pumps it up. The strongest energy frequencies there are is Black Dragon. That's Dragon and Unicorn frequencies are very powerful. They're from the very beginning, from Lily and Arae, who I am inside. What I am inside is the strongest piece of this other being. Okay, and I talk to you. This part of me talks you to the body, yada yada yada. But the real Arae is everything outside, and then when this body dies, and I go into it. So. Anyway, those really crank you up. Now, and you wear them when you're sleeping. These stones, especially Deanna and I, put our source energy into it. And, there's no whoopee J, but I'm the strongest thing there is. You're not going to get spheres anywhere that are as strong as what we build, but there'll be others coming out from other people. Some of them probably do it already. I don't know. Love them. But anyway, we crank them up real hard. But with these, let's see if I can try to, okay, you go farther than this. Okay, go out here, relax, just nice, full, relaxed breaths, and slowly move in until all of a sudden you feel the energy field. You'll feel like another, it's not in a circle, but it's a little circular. It all depends. But it's like it's a field, like a barrier, and you can feel it. Okay, you start with your hands, literally aim towards the sphere, but fully stretched out. Don't lock your elbows out, but just stick your arms out, and then go like this, way out here, and then just slowly go towards it. Very, very. You got to go like this. and just feel as you go that slow until you feel it. Okay. You get all the way up here, you don't feel it, just relax, go out again. After you've had these stones on you, or like a sphere, people sleep with them. These spheres will reach out, depending on how much star Essenite is in them. Almost all of them these days, they go out 45-foot radius. You can put one in the middle of the upstairs of the house, and if you see how far every person is away. If they're 10 foot away, they hit you real hard. If you're 45 foot away, they're still going to hit you. Okay, and I don't mean a teeny bit. They'll be cranking you up. This energy goes inside you. Okay, pulls more of you inside. That's from the Essenite part of it. It's star Essenite. It's actually star material. This is a piece of what's called crystal dragon egg star Essenite. It's crystal, and it's literally star material. So I took some to star Essenite, excuse me. When I started doing this, I looked at it, so the star material, and I said, I'm going to go to a geologist. He put it underneath all the stuff and the whatever, expanding the view, light, and all this equipment. And he said the breakdown was crystal, this, but I said, well, I see what it is, and it's literally a star when it dies. And he looked at me and he said, well, that's what I said. And I'm like, okay. Anyway, this is a stone called Nuumite. Big in Greenland. The finest quality stuff, it comes from Greenland. We have a good bit of that. That's very relaxing. Helps you calm down and relax, but doesn't bury your feet in the ground like cement. Anyway, if you start to these stones, these energies, especially the spheres, and when you have them near you, sometimes if people are too sensitive, you get it near you, it's going to give you a headache. Just put it farther away. Don't get rid of it. These are expensive. You're not going to throw it away, but just set it aside. After a while, you'll start feeling a little difference, maybe in a month, maybe in 3 months. It's just, Jay, I don't know what's going on. I can't feel, it doesn't have the strength it used to have. Could you crank it up again? I said, no, it doesn't work like that. I said, go to a stone store where they sell stones and ask if there's anyone in there that can feel stones. And when you find someone that can, okay, put the sphere down and say, put your hands out here and see if you can feel it, and watch their expression. Take the necklace and just take it like that and tell them to put it in their hands and feel it. They'll feel it. They'll be like, what? Star Essenite is the strongest energy stone on the planet. Deanna also crank them up big time. Deanna's a female source. She's from Lily and I. Really strong. She's got a lot of my energy, but she doesn't have any of my spirit in her. Less than 1%. But 40% of her energy is mine. It's mostly dragon, and that's strong stuff. But anyway, being female, it's planetary, which is actually very healing for us. Just like the body heals, that's Gaia's energy helping us. So anyway, if you go to a store, get a piece of Selenite, cheap, inexpensive Selenite. It's a great stone. Get a little stick about this long, put it in your upper pocket. You'll feel it. Hold it with the fingertips. Well, you'll feel it eventually. It'll be working on you, but hold it with your fingertips. Like this. Hold it at the ends and just relax. And then you start feeling it. Then, of course, this Dragonstone Jasper, my energy is starting to come in, and it's starting to give me a headache right now. And I don't want to hold it because I want my energy to, finish getting out of this body. I don't want to be pulling it in. The hypothalamus gland is really important to you, to all your metaphysical abilities. This is celestite. That's the strongest stone for it, other than adding star Essenite and stuff for it. It's this the stone of understanding. Um, this is some red Essenite we have. To understand Essenite and star Essenite, just look at the information's in the books. Um, uh, some of it's on the website. I don't know what's on the website right now. Things are crazy. Deanna's got her hands full taking care of me. There's all this stuff going on. We have a big family. It's mostly Deanna's. I adopted them, or they adopted me, out in Spain. So things are kind of nutty everywhere right now. Like you all know, especially here in the U.S., all these children run around saying they took over part of Seattle. As the mayor and everyone, whoever it is in there, they just said, you can have it. They told the police, get your stuff, equipment, and take it out and let them have it. So it's insane. I'll do a video about that, some other time. But anyway, so that's stone energy. Take the time, be honest, try to feel it. With every sphere and every look at it. Is that cool or what? That's a Dragonstone Jasper, but it's a bear. Deanna found some of these things. Anyway, touching the stones enough. There's these are pieces of star Essenite that used to be in a river. Okay, they've been like tumbled a little bit. They're strong. You take a piece like this, put it in your pocket, put one on each side. You'll feel it. It'll be cranking you up all day long, and you'll know it. It increases your fortitude. How it works, I gotta finish this, but it should be on the website. If not, it's definitely in book 3. I explain how it works. I'll have to make sure as soon as I get off here. But if not, if it's not on the website, eventually we're gonna put it on there. Anyway, yeah, I've actually had all that information copyrighted. So I hope that helps you out with understanding stone energy. That's how it works. When you hold it, if you hold a stone, if you look in the book number 3, and I think it might be in the back of book number 2, I talk about how you can actually talk to stone. I don't mean hi, how you doing, etc., etc., etc. But to communicate as far as are you in the stone? Yes. Okay. Here's 2 other stones. This is quartz. This is smoky quartz. This darker, of course, this lighter. That can be very relaxing, clarity for a lot of people. Star Essenite cranks up other stones too. So anyway, to finish this, necklaces and spheres are for sale at Deanna will make a necklace for you and a sphere. Then we'll crank them up off the website, thespiritualfoundation.com. But that's all we're doing right now. And each sphere and each necklace comes with a small piece of the star Essenite while we can do it. Okay, we have a good bit of it, but when it's gone, it's gone. It's an added extra it's a added free gift. You pay for the sphere, you pay for the necklace, and as long as we have it, we want to give you some because you should know how strong that star Essenite is, and that helps you out. People stopping smoking, etc., etc. As long as you have the willpower to do something, it makes that willpower 10 times stronger. Star Essenite increases the flow of energy inside your body, your spirit core. It increases it over 10 times, over 1,000%. And that's all for me. Here's another nice big piece of tumbled citrine. Nice stuff. A lot of stones you can put a light up to and see them better. Anyway, folks, take care. Find out for yourself. Because until you do, until you find out for yourself, you can't understand. But once you understand, it becomes part of your knowledge. It becomes part of your wisdom. Okay? Knowledge is accessing data and then putting it together to where we understand it is a whole new thing. So there's knowledge or data, then there's understanding. The greater your collection of understandings, the greater your actual wisdom. So if Deanna can help you, let her know. And she also makes personal necklaces. She's just sees your energy. She knows what to put in there. We're not the only ones that can do that, you know. There's people out there that can feel energy. The more you do it, the more you feel it. So our stuff, the power's just unreal. You won't come across that again. But still, the nice thing is a necklace, stones. If it's little, stones, small stones, you put them in a little bag next to you when you sleep. That's good. These spheres, like I said, they can be 10 foot to 4 foot if it doesn't bother you, or 45 foot away. It's going to be working on you while you're sleeping. It's working on you. It goes through your body. It wakes up your abilities, nice and slow. Okay, increases your fortitude. Doesn't mean you can run faster or harder. Doesn't mean you won't, but it doesn't mean that. There's no guarantee other than it is awakening your body, and I that's a guarantee you can't put in writing, because until you understand what's going on, it's useless. It's senseless. But and when you think that, when you feel it, you understand it, you like it, enjoy it, then you think all of a sudden it's weaker, go ahead and go to a stone store. Find someone who can feel energy and put any of our products in their hands and watch what happens. They're going to be like, how do you do that? So then you know that the power, the energy never come out. Never. The John of God dude, he had his primary angel was putting energy in there, and it wouldn't last long. And then when people bought stuff, it only lasted about 2 weeks, and that's because the angel kept putting it in there, his angel. And then when it get to you, when you had some of the primary initial angels with you, then they'd crank it up, and you'd feel a little bit of a difference. But after a couple of weeks, they'd pretty much give up on it. This is just power. It's there. It's forever. Your children, their children. It never comes out. Okay. So, anyway, folks, love you. Take care and have a good one. Don't be afraid of finding out more about yourself, because you can do so much more. You're, like I've always said, you're much cooler than you think you are. You just don't know yet. And those of you that already know, you'll enjoy it more right away. Take care.